Chiefs Kingdom. Today, we are going to be previewing our Week 9 matchup. One of our biggest tests of the year, in my opinion, and the biggest test of the year for the Buffalo Bills as well. Kansas City and Patrick Mahomes head on up to Buffalo to take on our rivals, the Bills. Let's talk about what's coming up on the show today. First, we're going to go through the injury reports for both teams. Some major injury news to discuss. Going to have a huge impact on this one. After we get through that, we're going to talk a preview for the Bills. Talk about what the season's been like for them so far. I know on paper they look like one of the scariest teams in the NFL, but I think in the spirit of Halloween, we're going to kind of unmask them a little bit today. And lastly, after we do that, we're going to talk keys to victory for Kansas City. So let's go ahead and jump into the injury report. Before we do that, I want to hear from you guys. Like today's video if you want Kansas City to win on Sunday. If you want us to get our 6th win of the year, just keep stacking W's. Just keep stacking likes on this video, gang. Get down there and press that thumbs up button if you want to see Kansas City beat Buffalo at their place. Well, let's talk injury news. So, firstly, Trey Smith, questionable heading into this one. I'm leaning towards him playing as of right now, guys. He's been limited in both Wednesday and Thursday's practice. I am hoping that we're going to see Trey out there this week. We've talked about how important it would be to get him back. Mike Caliendo, we love you, my man. We don't need you out on the field starting at right guard. It was pretty rough last week against the Washington Commanders, and I think it could be even rougher against Buffalo if Caliendo's out there. I would love to see Trey. He's such an important part of the run game, of the pass protection for Patrick Mahomes. Really need him out there. And then Isaiah Pacheco, he's missed every practice this week. I don't think we're going to see him, unfortunately. That MCL sprain has had him limited or out entirely on Wednesday and then limited today. Just going to be a tough push to see if Isaiah Pacheco can actually play. Would not be surprised to see them rest him against Buffalo, give him that week off, let Kareem Hunt and Brashard Smith handle the workload this week, and then come back for him next week. Just don't want to re-injure anything like an MCL sprain. That's an injury that could get a lot worse before it's going to get a lot better. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Kansas City play it safe there. So that's kind of what's going on our end of things. The Bills, they are a lot less healthy than we are, guys. They've got 4 starters on defense hitting the IR. Ed Oliver, TJ Sanders, Dorian Strong. A lot of guys currently on IR for them. Daquan Jones, another defensive tackle, which they've just got a ton of injuries at that position. He's missed all of this week. Josh Palmer was limited on Thursday. He's dealing with an injury in the receiver room. And then Shaq Thompson, another key piece of that front 7, also missed practice on Thursday. So this Bills team has really been struggling with health. Injuries have been a major issue for them, and that's something that I think we can take advantage of. You look at the interior of this defensive line. You look at Daquan Jones. Ed Oliver's not going to be playing. TJ Sanders, their rookie, he's going to miss this one. It's going to be Deion Walker and potentially Daquan Jones. That is a huge thing for us to take advantage of. We've struggled to establish the run all season long. I want to see us manhandle a backup interior defensive line this week. That's what we've got to be able to do. If you cannot set the tone with the run game, establish the run, set up play action attacks for Patrick Mahomes in this one, allow Mahomes to attack deep. Don't let them just sit in deep coverage because they're not scared of your run game. Make them pay. Unfortunate that they have injuries, but we've got to take advantage of it. Speaking of Buffalo, just in general, let's talk about what the season's been like for them. They're 5-2 on the year, 4th in scoring offense, almost averaging 30 points a game. Ton. 9th in scoring defense, top 10 in both of those categories, and they have the best rushing offense in football. This is where they win games, 164 yards on the ground. Let me tell you guys, that's not even close. They are like 20 yards per game ahead of the next best team in football. Statistically, they're off the charts good. You look at them on paper, you'd think they're phenomenal, but this team is not battle-tested, guys. I know, they're the Buffalo Bills. Over the last couple of years, they have been battle-tested, but NFL teams experience so much turnover, and this iteration of Buffalo, I don't think is quite as good as the last few years, And I think their schedule's kind of indication that that might be true. Let's look at the teams that they've actually beaten this year. Week 1, they took down the Baltimore Ravens. At the time, looked like a super impressive win. That Ravens team was phenomenal last year. They came into this year with high expectations. They're actually 2-5. Lamar's been out for most of the year, and they've dealt with a ton of injuries. The Jets, they're 1-7. The Dolphins, one of the worst teams in football, 2-6. The Saints, 1-7 as well. And then the Carolina Panthers, 4-4. But remember, that was without Bryce Young. So you look at this list of teams, and even the Panthers, without Bryce Young being included, 10 wins, 29 combined losses. They have played literally nobody. They have not been tested at all. But you guys know what has been tested? The quality at Omaha Steaks. This stuff just cannot be beat. Every time I have an Oklahoma watch party, and I got a big one coming up for this weekend's game against Tennessee. Shout out to Joey Vols in the Volunteers channel, but we're taking them down. And all my boys are going to be well fed with Omaha Steaks burgers, guys. Omaha Steaks burgers, Omaha Steaks, if I'm cooking them up for my fiance for a date night, they're always fantastic. And they are the official sponsor of tailgating. From legendary burgers to mouthwatering steaks, deli-style franks, and so much more. You'll elevate your next game day get-together with America's original butcher. Omaha Steaks' legendary flavor is served in stadiums and homes across the country. And I've got an exclusive deal just for our Chiefs Report viewers. The Kingdom is going to get an extra $35 off with promo code Chiefs at checkout. That's right. You use promo code Chiefs at checkout to save $35 off and get big savings on big flavor this football season. Make game day delicious with the official sponsor of tailgating, guys. Visit omahasteaks.com and get $35 off with promo code Chiefs at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com and promo code Chiefs at checkout. Terms to apply. See site for details. Huge shout out to Omaha Steaks. Always appreciate them supporting the videos and sponsoring the channel. Let's get into our keys to victory. Starting with number 1. Do not let James Cook take over this game. He absolutely can. He, outside of Josh Allen, is the best weapon this Buffalo offense has. And it's become very apparent this season. And that they just don't really have a lot of other places to go with the football for Josh Allen than James Cook. And the running game for them, like I said, they lead the NFL in rushing. It's not just Josh Allen taking off on scrambles. 126 carries for 753 yards for James Cook, 6 yards per carry, and 7 touchdowns. He's stacking up over 100 yards per game, guys. He's fantastic. But he's running into a fantastic defense. The last 3 games, we've allowed just 54 carries for 184 yards. That's less than 3.5 yards per carry. And we have not allowed a single rushing touchdown since week 5 against Jacksonville. We also have not allowed a 100-yard total game to an opposing team since that same week. It's like an immovable or unstoppable force meets immovable object. Something has to give here, gang. One of these two forces is going to win out. I think it's going to be our defense, but I want to hear from you guys. Do you think James Cook is going to run right through us? Do you think we're going to hold the line? Let me know in the comments. Type JC if you think James Cook is going to get over that 100-yard mark. Type KC if you think the Chiefs' run defense can hold him down and prevent him from taking over this game, because I think that is one of the biggest keys to us winning. And the number 2 key, let Mahomes cook. And I know that might sound weird. Why would you pass against such a great passing defense? I think they're second right now in the NFL in passing yards allowed per game. But again, that is misleading. We talked about the teams that Buffalo has faced. We talked about the quarterbacks that they have faced this season. Backup Andy Dalton last week, who was playing with a broken thumb. Of course he stunk. He stinks anyway, even when he's fully healthy. But the good quarterbacks that Buffalo has faced, Lamar Jackson in week 1, 14 for 19 for 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. 22 for 30 from Drake May, who's playing like an MVP candidate, by the way. 273 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. And Michael Penix, who's been very up and down, honestly, kind of the maybe even a caveat to the good QBs of this section, 20 for 32 for 250 and a touchdown. The teams they've beaten stink at passing the football. These are some of the worst passing offenses in the entire NFL. The best passing offense on this list is the New Orleans Saints. And shout out to Trizzy Trace Gerard, but that is not good. If you're on a list of 5 teams and the best passing offense is led by Spencer Rattler in the NFL, you're not dealing with a very good list of passing offenses. You don't have to be a genius to figure that one out. Mahomes can shred this defense if he's given time. That's the biggest key here. If he's given time. That's what it comes down to with our offensive line. That's what it's come down to all year. And over the last few weeks, especially when Trey Smith's been in the lineup, last week a little bit of an exception, Mahomes has had that time. And we've seen the results. We've seen him dice up defenses. I want to see it continue. I want to see this offensive line, hopefully with Trey Smith back in the lineup, dominate a weakened front seven, a front seven that has a lot of injuries. We talked about that earlier in today's video. This is a big opportunity for us to early and often set the tone, attack them deep, let them know we're going to have a variety of ways to hurt you in this game. We're going to come at you deep early, and then we're going to establish the run because you can't win the line of scrimmage without your starters in there. We are going to keep you guys up to date on all the Kansas City Chiefs news and rumors you need this season. And we're running down 100K. It's a bit of a competition around here at Chat Sports in the offices. Everyone's trying to get to that 100K mark. And we're one of the couple channels that are in that neighborhood. I'd love to be one of the next ones to get there. Join our kingdom today. Hit that subscribe button and help us out. And get yourself some free Kansas City Chiefs news and rumors. We are posting multiple times a week, trying to get to the point where we have daily videos. So make sure you subscribe and put on those notifications. And lastly, last key to victory for this game, just stay out of your own way. Just stay out of your own way. And I know you guys know what I mean, but we're going to get into it. The penalties and the unforced errors have been the biggest thorn in the side of Kansas City, even over the last 3 games where we've played some of the best football we've played all year. 9 penalties for 95 yards last week against the Commanders. 2 turnovers on our first 2 drives. Ugly start to that game. One of them, not a great throw by Patrick Mahomes. Really great play by Marshawn Lattimore. The other one, Travis, just right off his hands for an interception. But the sloppy play goes deeper than the turnovers. We're averaging 7 penalties per game this season. It's 18th in the NFL. 60-plus yards to penalties per game. It's 22nd. And we have fumbled the football 9 times. Thankfully, through some sort of magic, we have not given up any of those. We've recovered all 9 of those fumbles. Let me tell you, that's not sustainable, though. We've got to play cleaner football. Got to avoid the penalties. Got to hold on to the football. Those are not mistakes you can make against Buffalo. I know I've kind of exposed them, unmasked them for not being quite as good as people think that they are, but they're still a great football team. They're much better than the Raiders. I think they're better than that version of the Commanders we played last week without Jaden Daniels. This is one of the better teams we've faced since the Lions. I think this is the best team we've faced since the Lions over the last couple weeks. So, if we can stick to the keys to victory, if we can hold James Cook under 100 yards, not let him take over this game, if Mahomes can continue to cook, which means our offensive line has to hold their water, and if we can just stay out of our own way, don't let the penalties stack up. Don't commit early turnovers. Build early rhythm. We will win this game. But we're going to have post-game takeaways for you. We've got a trade rumors video coming out this weekend as well. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we're going to see you guys on Monday. Let's go, Kansas City.